Hey guys, this is Oliver the Octopus, and Oliver's going to help us demonstrate the Octo-Content syndication model today, as well as how we implement the Octo-Content model in the Laboom Squad. So this model is engineered to grow your audience by syndicating your content across the top 8 social platforms. Now, first things first, I like to give credit where credit is due. This model is based on the Gary V content model, how to make 30 pieces of content from one single keynote. Quite frankly, if it weren't for Gary Vaynerchuk, we would not be here today. When I first heard of this, I was in complete disbelief that I could make 30 different pieces of content with one video. Well, as it turns out, it is the perfect model, or should I say almost perfect. I only say that because we dug deeper, we filled in the blanks, we dove very deep into the details, and we added an execution plan, which is a WMO, which is a weekly method of operation. So the Octo-Content model is not only conceptual, it's also very tactical. So before we get started, I'd like to thank you, Gary Vaynerchuk, on behalf of the Laboom Squad for making our Octo-Content model even possible. And I have no doubt in my mind that a few influencer superstars will be born because of this. So here we go. We're going to get started with the visual representation of what Oliver's job is once your pieces of content are created. Then once you understand what Oliver's job is, then we'll go into exactly how to create 30 pieces of content from one 15-minute video. Oliver's job is to bring you new audience members every single day from all 8 platforms that we specified today. Oliver will go out, get you audience members, and bring them back to your blog. Yes, you will absolutely need a blog. We'll talk about the specifics at the end of the video. But in short, you own your blog. You don't own the social media platforms. If anything happens to those platforms, you lose your audience and you do not have their contact information. And way too many more reasons to why you need a blog. Too many to start listing right now. But when people land on your blog, we in the Laboom Squad capture everyone who lands there, even if they don't fill in an email. We capture them in several ways, including some Facebook pixel retargeting code, including the code for a LinkedIn Insight tag, including a G tag. So when someone simply lands on your blog, you can retarget to all of these people on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Google. Then on top of that, of course, there will be forms on your blog where people can add to their email in exchange for free value, as well as places where you can collect text numbers for your SMS texting campaigns. So this is why we stuck the blog right up there. Now, once you give Oliver your 30 pieces of content, he will use that content as bait to go get food. What I mean by that is your quote-unquote bait would be your content going out, and the quote-unquote food that he'll be retrieving will be your audience members. So as you will see at the end of this video, when we implement the weekly method of operation, the pieces of content are native to the platforms in which we are retrieving from, which means they look different. It's not the same video or image. So here are the 8 platforms. We start with LinkedIn. Oliver sends out content specific for LinkedIn with a specific call to action tailored to LinkedIn users. Next, he will do the same thing for Twitter. Next, he will do the same thing for YouTube. The 4th fishing hole that Oliver is going to capitalize on is Facebook. Then it's Instagram. And now we're going into audio platforms. Oliver is going fishing on SoundCloud. He's going fishing on iTunes. And he's even going fishing on Amazon's Alexa. Now, as you can probably imagine, content on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Alexa are completely different from each other. If that's what you're thinking, you are correct. So to sum it up, your content is going out in the right native formats to each platform with a call to action to bring audience members back. Are you guys with me so far?
Please, sir, I want some more.
Okay, let's give you a little more. Let's give you a visual representation of what it would look like for audience members to be sucked into your blog. So Oliver spits out a LinkedIn post. There will be two types that go on LinkedIn. There will be video clips and there will be images. The smiling emoji is an audience member that sees your post, appreciates the value, and decides to get more value because that's what your call to action is. And there he goes. Oliver scores. Oliver used the free value in order to get the LinkedIn user to check out more information, or even better, to get more value. Now, there may be different types of people hanging out on Twitter, but they are still people nevertheless. This is why we tailor our content natively. Oliver puts out the Twitter content on Twitter and gets Twitter audience members from Twitter. While this is happening on LinkedIn and Twitter, the same is happening on YouTube, the same is happening on Facebook, the same thing's happening on Instagram, the same thing is happening on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Alexa, which are a completely different set of audience members because they don't watch video, they listen to podcasts and sound clips. And this happens all the time, all day long. New people see your video. Oliver continues to get new audience members and then bloop, right to your blog. Do you see the power of going onto all of these different platforms with different types of audience members? I really hope so. This is the future. This is how you become a global influencer. This is how you get recognized and are omnipresent, which means everywhere all the time. Now I ask you, how exciting would it be if this was happening for your business?
Please, sir, I want some more.
Yes, I'm sure you want more and you're going to get more right now. Let's talk about the tactics. How do we possibly implement this? It would take a team of people to film, take pictures, record you, cut up the videos. Hours and hours and hours of content just to make this happen. Here's where the WMO comes in. Your WMO, weekly method of operation, is to create one 15-minute value video. I'm using Gary as an example. Here would be one of his 15-minute videos. That's the job done. From that video, we clip out what we call video clips. Those are clips from the original video that are approximately 2 minutes long. We add captions to the video clips, and these are used for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Now I want you to ignore the different clothing in these videos that Gary's wearing. I just grabbed these as examples of what we're doing, but in our case, of course, we'll have the same clothes on because we are in fact taking clips from the long form 15-minute video. Next, we take screenshots from the video. Once again, ignore Gary's clothing. We will have the same clothes on. So we take snapshots from the video and then we apply quotes to them. We refer to these as images because that's what they are. We use the images on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Twitter. Next, we strip the sound from the original video. And that sound file will be used for SoundCloud, iTunes, and Alexa flash briefings. So all of these pieces of content come from the original 15-minute video. That 15-minute video will be used for your YouTube, and it is the video that will be sitting on your blog. So by following and executing on the Octo-Content model, you will literally be creating 30 pieces of content from a 15-minute video, and you will be spitting them out on all 8 platforms, constantly retrieving new audience members into your audience. Are you blown away yet?
Please, sir, I want some more.
Okay, I'll give you some more. Let's go through how long it will take you approximately in combined work per week. Number 1 is to film your content video. It's a 15-minute video. Let's give it some prep time and some time to shoot the actual video. So let's say 30 minutes. To break up the video in the different formats, extract the content and convert it natively for each platform. In our case, it will be into 12 pieces for 8 platforms. Some of these same images will go on different platforms, as previously mentioned. That will take 1 hour. Then to feed your octopus, that'll take about 30 minutes. And that's it. You just set it, now you forget it. And let the audience members trickle in all week as you start thinking about the next topic for your next week, for your next 2 hours of work. Now, how does that sound? Does that sound like something that would be of value to you?
Please, sir, I want some more.
You want some more? I mean, I give it all to you there. You can get resourceful and figure out how to do this stuff. That's what entrepreneurs do, right? Well, here's the deal, guys. Let's be real. It'll take us about 3 months to go through the whole system, all the strategies to make this happen. Yes, it is a little technical in terms of producing the content, making sure you have all your social media accounts. I mean, we're talking about 8 platforms here. We're talking about a brand new podcast if you don't have one currently. We're talking about a lot of stuff. But the question is, do you want to play big? That's the real question, guys. Do you want to play big? And another thing is, once you've got this octopus set up, and you've got all of your social media platforms up to par, and we've produced a couple of weeks together, this will be a cakewalk moving forward for you. Which is why we are getting together for the next 3 months. We call ourselves the Laboom Squad, and we are a group of just under 100 people thus far. We have a private group that is off of Facebook where we are going to build and execute on this thing. It will run from January 23rd to April 9th. The group is independent from any social media platform, therefore there is no danger in having it shut down. Also, if you are not on all of these social media platforms, you can get started immediately with us in our private group, which once again is off of any social media platform. We meet once a week with a new lesson every single week, and I'd like to invite you to a webinar this Thursday. The link is in the description. Go ahead and register now. We will briefly go through the Octo-Content model again. Then we will go through the schedule. We'll go through each one of the dates that we meet live. We'll go through what we cover on each week. So you're going to want to bring a pen and paper to this one. You don't want to miss the live sessions. And this Thursday, I'm doing something very, very, very special. I'm going to be helping many of you one-on-one. I'm not sure if you know who I am, but my name is Mark Lalone, and I've been a computer programmer pretty well my whole life. And I've been struggling with building this thing. I'm not saying that to scare you. It is a good thing that this is not easy to build. I haven't seen anyone execute on a model like this, except Gary Vaynerchuk and a few other huge players. So on Thursday, I will make myself available for the next 3 months. You will have to book times with me in advance. We're going to get on Zoom calls together in 30-minute slots throughout the whole 3 months, but you're going to have to book your spots immediately on Thursday because they will fill up. For those of you who are unaware, I no longer do coaching. I've decided to open myself up for these 3 months because of the technicalities I'm going through. There will be so many cases where a half hour with me will literally save you months of banging your head up against the wall, even if we do teach it in detail in the workshop. So this is a huge deal. I will be working with 4 people per day, 1 at a time, for 30 minutes each. You'll be able to book as many half-hour slots as you want to. You just have to be there on Thursday and click them fast enough. What I would do is I would show up on Thursday and I would book 1 per week. If you can't book 1 per week, I would book 1 per month. If you can't book 1 per month, I would definitely at least book 1. You can book it right at the end of the bootcamp if you can grab a slot, if you can click quick enough. Now, I will only be making myself available for 4 per day. That's only 2 hours out of my day. I can do that, and I want to do that. I don't want you quitting just because of technicalities. And for the record, guys, if you don't see me much on social media anymore, it's because this is all I am working on. You will see my calendar will be open. I'm not taking appointments. I'm not taking calls. I'm committing the next 3 months to the Octo-Content model implementation for myself and for the Laboom Squad. If you're not in the Laboom Squad, show up on Thursday. Just click the link in the description and we'll make sure you get in on Thursday. We officially start on January 23rd. And if you are seeing this video anywhere on social media, it's going in ads and everything right now, and it is past Thursday, January 16th, you may not be able to get spots to work with me one-on-one, but you will still be able to join the Laboom Squad. Just click the link in the description, and if it's after the 16th of January, the Thursday, the link will redirect you to the replay. So you'll be able to get into the Laboom Squad by rewatching the replay, okay? So go ahead and click the link. If it's a registration page that the link goes to, this means you can still get in on the live webinar on Thursday, January 16th, and you can grab a spot and book it and book as many 30-minute slots as you want because the calendar will be completely open. It will literally be a first come, first serve. Or should I say first click, first serve. Yes, we have an online calendar and you'll just be clicking the slots you want. If the link in the description goes to the YouTube replay, well then the steps to get into the Laboom Squad will be there. Guys, I have never been this pumped up in my professional online career. I really hope you see this before Thursday, but if you don't, I can't wait to see you in the Laboom Squad. And this went on way too long, but I hope you got an idea of how powerful, cutting edge, and revolutionary the Octo-Content model really is. So I'll see you guys on Thursday, or I will see you in the private group. Mark Lalonde and Oliver signing off. Bye-bye now.